Hello and welcome to Hellow Media. Today we will be interviewing the newest staff member of Umbrella Support, Steph. We will be asking questions to get to know her better and may even throw in a couple of hairy ones, because why not?
What can you see yourself doing in 10 to 15 years from now?
Well, work-wise, I can see myself doing exactly this still, being a support worker at Umbrella Support, hopefully. And in my life with my kids, I'll be a lot older, which will be nice, and I hope to have travelled to a lot more countries and have gone on a lot more holidays, and yeah.
Why did you want to work in disability?
It was actually a bit of an accident. So my previous workplace that I worked in, I was a receptionist, and after a few months that role became redundant, and then I became an employment consultant, which I hated. And then I went on maternity leave. And then when I came back, I think I went into a different role, into disability, and I loved it. So it was just, accident.
What did you need to study?
I did a Cert 3 in individual support. I think there's a few different qualifications you can do, like just in disability, or Cert 3, Cert 4, diplomas. Yes, I did the Cert 3 in individual support, which is also for aged care.
What was the hardest thing to do in disability?
I find theory really hard. It's not really for me, so I really had to push myself to do it. I don't really like being stuck, on the computer just writing essays and stuff, so I really had to sit myself down and be like, I am getting this done. But I did it, and I'm all done now, which is really good.
What's your favourite animal?
My favourite animal is a dolphin.
What do you have on Christmas Day?
It varies year to year, but typically my parents, my husband, my children, my brothers and their partners, my grandparents normally, and then cousins, but that changes sometimes. And then sometimes some extended family as well. Depends.
What food do you like?
On Christmas Day, so my favourite food is potatoes. So it's normally roast potatoes. And then it depends who's doing it. Sometimes there's a lamb on the spit, which isn't my favourite, but I love chicken gyros, so like on the spit as well. I love eating that, and I love all the salads and all the food. There's so much food at Christmas. My dad and uncle tend to do octopus as well, which I love. It's so nice. Yeah, lots of food.
What's better, being a disability support worker or being a parent to 3 lovely kids?
Well, even though it is really hard work, I think definitely being a parent is the best. Although it is great having a good balance. It's good to get away from my kids as well and to go to work and to do things for myself, but obviously being a parent.
That would be a little bit different to being a disability support worker compared to being a parent to 3 kids. Do you, because you said that you have a balance, do you enjoy being a disability support worker to get away from your 3 kids?
I wouldn't say to get away from them, but it is nice to have a break. Yeah, so if you feel them 24/7, you get a bit stir crazy. Being at home is kind of like work as well, because I have to do everything for them, and then I have 3 kids nagging at me, wanting everything at once.
When you're so busy and you just want to relax, what do you like to do to wind down? So what are your hobbies?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do like to watch TV shows, listen to music, TikTok. I spend way too much time on TikTok.
Yeah, I love that.
I do like to bake as well. Go for walks sometimes, depends on the weather. I don't really like cold, miserable weather, but when it's warm, I love a walk.
You mentioned TikTok, and that's one of my favourite places to go to as well during the night. How long do you reckon you could spend on there?
Oh, I could spend hours. I try to limit it, but I could spend hours. It's not great.
Okay, I love that. Yeah. And you mentioned baking. What do you love to bake?
I love to make cupcakes and brownies and cookies, pretty much any desserts, probably because I like to eat them.
Okay, I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Steph, now I'm a big person on my travel. I love travelling. What has been your favourite place to travel?
Probably
as the holidays?
Probably the Maldives.
Okay, and why?
It was just so beautiful. It was so nice, and it was a fun holiday, so just like cocktails all day, being in the ocean all day, so much fun and relaxing. It was great.
And Steph, for anyone who wants to become a support worker, what kind of tips can you give out there?
Probably doing your qualification, because it is helpful.
Do you favorite music?
I like all different kinds of music. I like R&B, house, and whatever's on the radio really.
Do you have favourite Disney movies?
I love Disney movies. My favourite is probably Moana.
Yes, me too.
It's such a good one, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Yes.
What's your favourite movie?
My favourite movie, I like Lion King.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I like Mermaid.
I love The Little Mermaid.
What motivates you to work?
Well, it's pretty easy to be motivated with all the people I work with and the participants because I just love it so much. And then obviously getting paid. Yeah, you need money to live. So yeah, the people I work with and I'm surrounded with, and yeah.
What is your favourite part of your work?
Well, I just find it so fun. Like, I think it's like a fun workplace. And yeah, I love being with the participants. It's all a lot of fun to hang out with, and yeah, I enjoy my time.
How did you find working in aged care before being in the umbrella support network?
It was hard. It was very different to working to disability, well, the current disability I'm working in. There was a lot of personal care and there wasn't that much personable, I guess, I don't know how to word it. Yeah, I didn't get to like spend time getting to know anyone because it was like rush, go to one person, help them get dressed, help that person get showered. You can't really get to know them. And a lot of the time they're uncomfortable, they're not enjoying their time. So yeah, it's not as enjoyable as what I'm doing now.
Who would you invite to dinner, Steph, and why?
Probably Ed Sheeran. There's no real reason as to why other than I just love him.
Do you like horror movies?
No, I hate horror movies. Not a fan. Don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
I'm just a bit of a scaredy cat. I don't enjoy them. I like chick flicks. I like happy movies, fun movies, Disney movies.
So what's your favourite chick flick then?
I love Mean Girls. 10 Things I Hate About You. Can't think of another one, but there's lots.
Mean Girls is very good. Like the first one is very good.
Yeah, I didn't like the second one or the remake.
No.
But the original is the best. It's so funny.
It's always the original movie.
I could watch it over and over and over. It's so good.
I watched it more than once.
Me too. I've watched it like 50 times, I think.
What are your fears?
I have a lot of fears. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. Scared of heights, scared of lifts, scared of bugs, scared of spiders, scared of people half the time. Scared of lots of things.
So what's one thing you're not afraid of then?
I'm not afraid of roller coasters. I love roller coasters.
So if one of us wanted to go to a theme park and let's say we wanted to go on a roller coaster, would you come if we asked?
Yes, I would go on all of them. I love them, apart from the Ferris wheel.
What is your favourite gear to go?
Probably Friends and Charmed.
How long do you know you need for?
I'm not sure on the exact time frame, but maybe 6 or 7 years.
What did you like to go into holiday?
I love to get massages, have cocktails, go out and explore wherever I am and learning the culture if it's a different country, and yeah, exploring really.
Steph, what's your first job?
First job I ever had was in a fish and chip shop.
What did you do there, Steph?
I answered the phones and took orders, did the fryer stuff, so like putting chips and potato cakes and stuff in the basket of the fryer, then putting it in the fryer, then someone else would do the rest.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I worked in a different fish and chip shop after that, and I used to do the grill more, and that was more fun, I think.
What was your favourite job?
My favourite job is being a support worker.
Is it working here?
It is working here, I love it.
I've known you for a little while now, and I think you're a pretty wild person. What's the wildest adventure you've been on?
Probably going skydiving.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been fun.
Yeah, I went with my mum.
Nice. What was it like? Because obviously, with me, I can't do skydiving. What was it like going through the air? Like, because the wind would have been fast. What was that like?
It was really cool. It's a really surreal feeling and I can't really describe it, but it's amazing.
What was it like?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when things, as you're coming down, things just get bigger and bigger. Was that scary?
No, the only scary part was in the plane, so like the lead up to it. And I think if I had to jump myself, I wouldn't have jumped. But because someone was attached to me, they lifted me up, they took me to the edge of the plane and they jumped out of the plane for me. What
other adventures do you have coming up? Like you said, skydiving, but...
I don't know. I'm going to Fiji in October. And I'd like to go, what is it called? Zip lining.
Yeah.
So maybe go zip lining. I went zip lining the last time I was in Fiji, so maybe a different Zip lining?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to iFly?
No.
iFly is amazing. I did iFly probably 3 years ago for my birthday. So good. It's indoor.
Yeah, I have.
Skydiving.
I have seen
so
it.
So good. So
Yeah.
good. You should definitely try it.
Well, that's probably what it feels like jumping out of the plane. Probably similar, that like rush of air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your personal goals? Because obviously you've just started your new job. So what are your goals going into the next year? And 5-10 years down the track?
Main goals for the year were to finish my certificate and to start working, which I've done both. And then the rest of the goals, I'm not too sure. I haven't thought that far ahead because I've only just finished the last two. But I do want to buy a house, probably next year sometime. So working towards that, and yeah.
You said buying a house. What's your ideal house?
One with 5 bedrooms, ideally, because I have 3 kids, and then I need a room, and then it's nice to have a spare room, but not essential. I like one with the playroom, so that my kids have their own space. Preferably one with like a door I can close so I don't see all the mess they make. Right now my playroom's open, and it's nice that they have their own space, but it is just like a disaster all the time.
Foxtel or no Foxtel?
We have Foxtel at the moment, but I don't really watch it. When I watch TV, it's normally Netflix or Disney or one of the streaming services.
You've obviously just started working here. You've finished your course. Would that be your proudest moment, or are there other moments in your life that have been made you think, oh, I'm proud of myself for doing that?
Well, I'm really proud that I finished a certificate, because I've started about 3 in my lifetime, and I just don't finish them because, as I said earlier, studying's not really for me. I have to really kind of push myself, and I finally did it and I finally finished. So yeah, I am really proud of myself for that.
How did you juggle, obviously you mentioned 3 kids. How did you juggle study, 3 kids, husband, work? How did you juggle all of that?
Well, I wasn't working, which helped, and I was pregnant for most of the time I was doing the coursework, but then I did a little bit of it with the newborn, which was hard.
What was the hardest part of that?
So, well, I was breastfeeding, so I can't really get someone else to do that for me. So I'd have to put my camera, because it was online, so through Teams meetings, so I'd put the camera off so no one could see me breastfeeding, and then I'd be listening to the teacher while I was breastfeeding, and then I'd give it to my husband. My husband would settle her, do whatever else she had to do.
Bit of co-parenting goals there.
Yes, exactly.
Well done, and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steph, for choosing Umbrella Support for your next disability employer. See you next week for another episode of Hellow Media.